Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 102 of Isolate, Meditate, Create. My name is Jessica Lynn Johnson, founder and CEO of Soaring Solo. Soaring Solo is a company dedicated to the direction and development of one-person plays. So welcome to this event. It's just an opportunity for us to connect together in community and do a little self-care, a little meditating, and a little writing. Please make sure you have something nearby you to write with and write on. And I do also want to mention that if you feel triggered at any point during this experience, because sometimes when we meditate and visualize, deep things come up. If you do feel triggered and need to hop off to do some other sort of self-care, I completely understand. If you need resources beyond that, please feel free to email me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com so I can assist you in your journey with that and connect you to some people who can help. With that said, let's go ahead and just close our eyes and just find a comfortable seated position and really start to just focus on our breath. Deep inhales and audible exhales out if there's tension or stress you need to release. And just picturing on every in-breath that you are breathing in warm and nourishing light, filling every inch of your body. And try to let go of any thoughts that might be racing around in your mind or passing through. Just let them go on their way. Be here now in this moment. Give yourself the gift of this moment. And do a body scan from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Just noticing where you might be carrying some tension or discomfort or pain, or where you might be clenching muscles. And just breathe deeply into those places, just further relaxing and releasing. And with every in-breath, imagine that you are breathing in things that serve you, things that fill your cup. Breathing in optimism and love and curiosity and passion, kindness, forgiveness, abundance, creativity. Whatever you need more of right now in your life, just imagine on your in-breath that you are calling those things to you. And with every out-breath, release those things that are not serving you in this moment. Releasing resentment or fear or scarcity, not enoughness, unworthiness, unforgiveness. Let those things go on your out breath. And just continue this cycle of breathing in those things that serve you and exhaling those things that do not. Now allow your breath to start to transform so that on your out breath, you are giving back to the world whatever it is you have to give. So you're continuing to breathe in those things that serve you. Now on your out breath, you are releasing to the world your gifts, your talents, your love, your forgiveness, your kindness, your encouragement, your allyship, your support, your ideas, your innovation. Whatever it is you have to give, just imagine on your out breath that you are giving back to the world. And just continue in this cycle of both giving and receiving. And in the next few moments, I'm going to guide you through a visualization. And just trust whatever comes up for you. Try not to control it or make sense of it or judge it. Just know that you never have to share what comes up for you unless you choose to. So be very uncensored. I want you to call to mind an obsession. Maybe this is a current obsession or a past obsession. It's something that you obsessed about at some point in your life. Just let that come to your mind. Maybe it's a goal or a person or an upset of some sort, but just something where you placed your obsession. And as you call to mind this obsession, just recall when this took place for you. And again, maybe it's current, but maybe it's in the past. Who was involved in this? Where was it taking place? Just as many of the details as you can around this obsession. And of course, what your obsession was focused on. Just recall these details. And how did this obsession play out for you? Did you take action, or was it more internalized and just thoughts that ran around in your mind? How did this obsession play out in thought or in action in your life? And did anything else suffer in your life? Did you lose anything or lose focus of other things? Did things become imbalanced? What was the cost in your life of this obsession? And what feelings are coming up for you as you recall this obsession? What feelings are coming up for you? Sadness, anxiety, happiness? What's coming up? And were you able to break free of this obsession? And if so, how? How did you become less obsessed? How did you put this down or set it aside? Did people help you with this? Did you do it on your own? Was there some sort of spiritual intervention? Did something else grab your attention? Or if you're still in it, do you want a way out of it? Or are you content being in the obsession? And just take another moment reflecting upon this obsession, where you're at with it now, and whatever else your creativity or intuition or imagination wants to reveal to you about this obsession. And taking another deep breath in. And on your exhale, coming back to this present moment and opening your eyes. And go ahead and reach for whatever it is you have to write with and write on. And I'm going to set my timer for 8 minutes. And I just want you to write very freely and uncensored about whatever came up for you. Again, knowing you never have to share unless you choose to share. You might consider personifying obsession and writing from the perspective of obsession if it were a character and what it would have to say. You might do a scene between yourself and obsession, or just any scene that plays out in your mind from that time period, or first person narration, poetry, song lyrics, whatever comes up for you. I'll let you know when your time is up. 3 minutes left, 3 minutes. In just under a minute. Okay, and go ahead and wrap up your writing. Hopefully you got something interesting out of that. What I would say about obsession and your solo shows is usually obsession in our lives has very high stakes and very dramatic circumstances. So it can definitely make for some interesting theater and relatable theater for people who have experienced obsession. And I think to some degree, we probably all have at some point in our lives. And if you wrote in a journal or scrap paper, I always encourage you to transcribe what you've written into a document on your computer. So you're saving it somewhere and accumulating your material to hopefully turn into a solo show if that is a goal of yours. If you'll look in the chat, you'll see I put several announcements. Starting with my next free class is happening on Saturday, February 27th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So be sure to RSVP at soaringSoloStudios.com under events and free class, or you can go to the free stuff tab and find it there as well. Don't have to have any experience or bring anything to class, just show up and we will write together, and then there will be time for sharing as well. And as I said last week, the January Creating Captivating Characters Intensive is sold out. That is taught by Heather Dowling, who's an award-winning solo instructor with the Soaring Solo community. And I co-facilitate the third week. So January sold out, but February we are starting to fill. So that's happening Wednesday nights in February from 7 to 9:30 p.m. It's $149 for all 3 weeks. And it's a deep dive into the tools and techniques of solo theater, which are very different than ensemble theater or film and television acting or all of those things. And specifically, how to approach characters. So whether you've already written a show and you're just figuring out how to polish the characters that are in your show, or if you haven't written a show and you might be interested in discovering your story through your characters, this intensive would be very, very helpful for that. Email me at soringsoloartist@gmail.com for more information about that and any of my other coaching services. If you wanted to try a power pair or small group or one-on-one coaching, any of that, just email me and I can help you determine which offering might be a good fit for you with where you're at in your journey. If you missed any of the Isolate, Meditate, Creates, you can go onto my YouTube channel, Jessica Lynn Johnson, Soaring Solo LLC, and watch back any of the 102 days that you may have missed, or watch them again and see what new things come up from your subconscious mind, your creativity and imagination. I don't think it'll ever occur to you in the same way twice. So watch them again. And I also have other tutorials on my YouTube channel as well. And then this coming Friday is Becoming Peace by Candice Carnicelli. She wrote and performed this one-woman show, which is directed by and developed with me. It is really about nonviolence and looks at people like Martin Luther King Jr. and a variety of other nonviolence leaders from our history. And it also has a lot of comedy and music and characters and multimedia. And it's going to be a phenomenal show. This is an encore performance. Candice has been doing the show for quite some time now. But it is an official selection of Solo Fest 2021, which for those of you who don't know is the largest solo theater festival on the West Coast. So you can get your tickets via the link I put in the chat, or just go to my website under events and you'll find it there as well. And I do have to jump off. I have another thing to attend to right now, but I just want to thank you all so very much for joining today. I hope you have a beautiful hump day. All right, bye everyone.